Can hear me. I just recorded this video, like, no joke, 5 minutes ago, and my headphone died, and half of the video you couldn't hear. So this is round two of making this. I did trade today. I made roughly $340, give or take. Trading M&Q. I took one trade today. But yeah, let's go through it. So today, actually, like this whole week, I'm planning to be bearish just because we have a very large, unfilled daily fair value gap. However, I know that some retail traders are probably taking it higher to all-time highs, which they've been doing that for like the past couple of months, I feel like, but whatever. So, the trade I took it on the 1 minute time frame. I usually enter on the 1 minute or 5 minute time frame. That's just preference for me. Um, yeah, I took a short today, so let's go through it. So the market opened at this candle right here, right? And it went lower, and it kind of created almost equal lows, but it actually ended up making an SMT with MES, and it did a reversal with a Doge candle and continued a leg up higher. I could have taken this trade actually because it did coincide with how I take trades and enter trades, but I didn't just because of how early this was occurring, so I decided to wait it out and look for a reversal to take a short. So this was the short that I took right here. Um, and the reason I took this was on the 1 minute, and you can also see it on the 3 minute, we made a decent fair value gap, which is an imbalance, right? And so we made a 3 minute fair value gap right here, and it's best to see it on the 1 minute time frame. So I was looking to take a short. So I had a Doge candle, sign of reversal. I had a close lower than the previous low on this leg. So those were my two confluences. I did end up taking the trade a little bit lower than this low just because when I entered, this candle opens a little higher. That's just how candles form when they're going to the downside. So I enter the trade right here, and I put my stop loss at the top of the Doge candle just because I didn't want it to go higher than, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't want it to go higher than the Doge candle that was signaling the reversal, because if it went higher than that, then it would disrespect the reversal. In my opinion, if it's going higher than the Doge candle that's presenting the short reversal. So I put my stop loss at the top of that, and I extended my take profit just before this fair value gap would have been filled, just because sometimes it can wick the fair value gap and not fill it all the way. So I wanted to ensure that I locked in, some profit. And this trade was a 1 to 4. So one of the main reasons I took this trade was if we look at um, you know, where the market would trend if it were to go higher, right? When it's going higher, we have, that's not the tool, whatever. We have higher highs and higher lows, right, in an uptrend. And we can see now that this was an uptrend, right? Higher highs and higher lows. And in order to make a higher high, it needs to trend lower, right, to make that higher low. So this tool allowed me to figure out where exactly it might create that higher low, right? So this was our previous low, our lowest low of this leg. This is our higher low. So in order to retrace um, into this range, it would have filled this fair value gap. So this was my draw on where I would, take profit at the 0.71 mark. So that's how I like entered and exited that trade. I could have even, if I didn't take these two trades, I could have taken this trade, right? We have a Doge candle, we have a signaling to the upside by um, marking out a higher high or a higher low right here compared to here. So I could have taken this trade to this mark if I knew that, retail traders were going to take it to, higher highs or equal highs. But yeah, that's the trade I took today. Um, Maybe you guys also took a similar trade out of that. Usually I don't like to trade so early in the session just because it's so volatile, but it looked like a good setup to me, so I took the trade and I was out of the market pretty early this morning. Tomorrow I'm planning on trading, um, you know, just gonna take it easy and chill for a little bit, not try to rush things because there's no point in doing that. So, I could have taken like 5 trades, but I decided to take one. Just chill. So, yeah, catch you guys tomorrow and happy trading. Bye.